Design choices are guided by a variety of things. Culture is definitely a big part of it. When I think about the Nigerian culture, it has many textures, has a strong weaving culture. And so I'm definitely drawn to that sort of spirit of the culture. And you notice that a lot of the work we do has a very sort of tactile feel. And you see sort of us exploring ways to manipulate different materials and have different sort of textures in the work. My name is Lani Adeoye. My practice is called Studio-Lani. I live a bit of a nomadic lifestyle, but I'm currently in Lagos, Nigeria, where I was raised. And in many ways, Lagos has influenced my design approach. It is very much a meeting place where different Nigerian cultures, different industries, different ideas all coexist in one place. And that has really helped shape this hybrid crafts approach that we take, where we're essentially bringing together different indigenous know-hows and different ancient crafts, with more experimental contemporary language, or at times we're combining materials in unexpected ways. So those are some of the things that really bring us a lot of joy in researching and exploring. And we're also very much guided by the belief that design is a powerful tool to foster, human connection in a very meaningful way, and to celebrate cultures and communities that are often overlooked, to tell more positive stories and to share new futures. And I would say our design ethos is rooted in sort of this soulful West African warmth and rhythm that really guides the sculptural forms and material experimentation that we embark on. So regardless of whether it's furniture, lighting, or fashion objects, or assistant devices, these are some of the things that we've very much been very interested in researching and experimenting, and using a very iterative process to really kind of understand better and try to push ourselves and challenge ourselves. And we also really enjoy collaborating, and we're working more and more with people across different creative industries to really reimagine and create new futures together. Design choices are guided by a variety of things. Culture is definitely a big part of it. When I think about the Nigerian culture, it has many textures, has a strong weaving culture. And so I'm definitely drawn to that sort of spirit of the culture. And you notice that a lot of the work we do has a very sort of tactile feel. And you see sort of us exploring ways to manipulate different materials and have different sort of textures in the work. Community is also a big part of, what really sets a direction for our design choices. And I would also say there's also a strong emotional aspect around it. I would also say heritage materials, whether it's Adire, Ashoke, and even working with materials from the soil, right? Whether it's laterite and so forth. Ancient crafts has also been a big part of the research, right? And me wanting to learn more about the ways of doing and indigenous practices. And that really led me to learning about the Iro plants. And that basically took me to Ekiti, Ogotun Ekiti specifically, which is a few hours outside of Lagos, where I was really just inspired by the wonderful women of Ogotun Ekiti who weave these traditional mats and have been weaving these mats for many, many decades. Unfortunately, like many crafts, it's something that's fading. So craft preservation has been a big part of our practice, and trying to sort of figure out ways to take some of this really sustainable ways of doing things, this ancient crafts that honor nature, and sort of find ways to use design as a tool to translate them into more contemporary language for today's world and also for the future. And this has definitely been a rewarding process to see how we can work with different people and collaborate with different people to basically learn from the past and embrace those things that were, good about the past and those sustainable ways of doing things with today's know-how to re-envision and reimagine what the future could look like. And so the work we did and we've been doing, continue to do with the Talking Stools collection, the foundation of that was really about this traditional floor mats and translating them into upholstery fabric. And for us, it's really a way to sort of further development and exploration in using these ancient techniques in new or new ways or alternative ways as we all work towards hopefully a better future. As far back as I can remember, I've always found joy in drawing, in making things by hand, in taking things apart. I was always weaving my hair, weaving my sister's hair. And at some point, I was even making decorative objects for the home and furniture. But I wasn't really exposed to the design world, so I didn't really sort of see the professional side of it. I was always grateful to do things for other people for free. But I would say that, I was encouraged to prioritize stability, and so I went into consulting. I was drawn to the problem-solving nature of consulting. And even though I switched careers, I realized design is problem-solving. And there are some similarities, even though they're different industries. There's a lot of research and collaboration, and it's quite iterative, its process, and having to explore multiple different options and alternative ways of doing things before one forges, with a specific direction. And the more I did research, the more I started to learn about ancient crafts and traditional ways of doing things. And that's when I started to realize that design was beyond the objects. It was about people. It's about people, community, culture, dignity, and connection. And that's when I started to and that's when I would say it shifted from an interest to purpose. And I realized it was bigger than myself. And I really started to see it as a calling. And I was also very much interested in the socioeconomic factors and the possibilities to have a positive impact, especially when you think about all the communities that are connected to crafts. These are some of the things that motivate and encourage me on this journey. In terms of what I would say to younger designers, it's important to be an active participant in society, to learn about history and study your environment. We have to be active listeners and have empathy and really learn about the world and different cultures. And I think all of that will fit into your way of thinking. But I would say, don't forget to look within. I think we all have a unique inner compass that allows us to navigate the world and to figure out how we can add value to society. So looking within is a way to connect the different dots and learn how one can be of benefit to society.